once again. It's quite a warm evening and a very warm welcome to all of you. And this is the first meeting set up for your hub to get to know each other. So yes, of course, have a relaxed chat with your teammates. You are going to be well-wishers for each other for the next 1 year and beyond. Each of you have joined here with only one goal in mind. You all want progression in your business. And you are ready to commit a year to this group. You're ready to put that effort to learn and work hard to achieve your goals. And this is a beautiful start. See, the moment your thoughts and focus are aligned with your goals, I'm telling you all, no one can stop you from achieving it. Whether it's in 2 months or 1 year or 2 years, some of you might be planning for 5 years, but 100% each of you will be getting there. And your positive momentum will never wane while you're holding your hands together here. It was a very lovely start last week. The first week, all of you shared your business details, and many of you told us who you are outside the business. And that's what we want to know more. And that was lovely. Our board members, Anne Ford, Eva Lavu, Parnita Senjit, and Helen Bowler joined the hub to welcome all of you and help you to settle in. See, it is the time commitment and generous support from all our leaders. We have made this platform possible. It's a dream come true because many women are giving their time and effort for all of us to win. And let us take a moment and give a big applause to Parnita and Helen who have joined here. Shall we all do it just by, unmuting and let them hear our applause?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Logi.
And so after the first week, in the second week, we have started with our business planning. So we are doing it as a 7-step planner. Each day we are looking into 1 step. By the end of this week, you will have a meaningful goal set for your business for this year. Then what happens in July? See, I will be going quiet in your hub. I'll be there, but I'll keep quiet, stay quiet. Anne Ford and Eva Lobo will be leaving the hub. Helen Bowler and Parnita Senjit will be there. And if you need any support, they will help you. Then who drives the hub? It will be each one of you. The hub belongs to you. The platform is set and it's your platform to chat and grow your business. Each of you will be taking a leadership role and simply to keep that positive momentum. How much you give is how much you get back. I always say this is like a bungee jumping. How high you want to go depends on how forcefully you bounce up. Collaboration is the key. And how do you collaborate? So that comes to your mind. What can I ask? What am I allowed? What am I not allowed? See, anything other than anything controversial or not, anything demeaning, other than that, everything is allowed. Feel free to ask questions. No question is a clever question. No question is a silly question. Every question must be asked. The more, the better. Discuss answers and share challenges. What is that hindering you from progressing? Which part you find challenging? Put out that question. Ask your members, ladies, can you give me some ideas? Can you help me find where my customers are? So you can ask any questions. If you attended a business course, please take some tips and share with your members the things that you have learned from that business coach. If you're building your business profile, let's say if you put out a Twitter profile today, ask your members, how does the profile look? Take your feedback. And if you're going as a guest speaker, practice with your members. If you're setting out a first workshop, ask your members to join and like and comment your social media posts. See, anything, any help can be asked. That there's nothing that, should stop you from asking. Only when you ask, everyone will know. Not simply business. Take time to share your happy moments of life, your life with your children, and who you are, the joyous moments, and have that light-hearted conversation. Only when you really know each other, you will be willing to help each other. Otherwise, we'll be sitting as strangers, just talking very, out of that We want that real friendship and collaboration to happen. Keep that chat platform alive. It's like this Olympic torch. Keep it alive until it reaches its final destination. And it's all, the light and the torch is in your hands. And good luck to all of you who have joined. After me, Parnita Senjit, our board member. She's an amazing entrepreneur, a social entrepreneur, and an author who fights for pets' welfare. She's here to introduce herself and give some tips, and followed by our new members leader, Helen Bowler. I'm sure you all, most of you know Helen. Helen is an amazing entrepreneur. Her vision is beautiful. She's the owner of Memories Box UK, helping children to deal with bereavement. Many might even hesitate to open a talk about death, but she's bravely taken this step to help young minds discuss it openly and come over it. And the same kindness and empathy is what she has as a leader as well. And she will be helping you drive the meeting today. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Panita, over to you.
Thank you, Logi. That was wonderful. It was very heartwarming what you said. And what Logi said is absolutely right. This is a place where, it's like few friends coming together, knowing each other, building that trust, because the more we start trusting each other, the more we know more about each other, we are able to help each other. And that's what this business hub is all about. And for that, the regular conversations happening in the WhatsApp, you talk about what is it that, how have you achieved your success? How was your week? What are the setbacks? All these things are important, because when you discuss, others understand you better. And so these WhatsApp hubs are about positive mindset, collaboration, mutual support, social support. Now, if you have anything planned in your mind for the week, share it in the group. So let others know, request them to like, comment, share, because the more these kind of connections and networking happen, the more visibility is there. You're helping each other, you're holding each other's hand and, growing together. So sales, business, all these things come in a package when you join hands together. And this is the reason why we have built these WhatsApp hubs. So just feel free to open yourself up and talk about anything, any question. As Logi said, it's absolutely right. There's no question that is silly. And, as an entrepreneur, we always, especially as women, we always feel, oh, this is such a silly question. How do I ask this? Whom do I ask this? No, just ask. This is a place. And that's why, this hub is there, so that we are open to each other. We are ourselves. Bottom line is we are ourselves. So except, as again Logi said, no negativity. Apart from that, share everything about what you what you want to share. So that's about the WhatsApp hub. And the other thing is, as Logi had said, Monday is about planning, right? So it's important that we plan our week. I know that sometimes it doesn't happen, but yeah, we can take small steps at a time. So Monday we start by planning our week, how our week is going to be, what we want to achieve, what we want to do, and discuss that in your group. Talk with everyone about it, and share it. If you have any post, share it in the group and request others to, again, share it, like it, comment it. And if you have any query in your mind, talk about it. Others will be able to help you. If you want any suggestions, ask. So that's about Monday. Now, Friday is about reflection, right? As Logi said. So reflection, what is it? Now, I want to simplify this a little bit. I know it's hard to put all these pieces together, and have that structure. Some of you are already there, some need help. So let's simplify this a little bit, and break the ice. So how about we put, say, only one thing right now for next couple of weeks. We just say, what is it that in the entire week you found it interesting? Say for example, some interesting conversation, interesting client, is interesting interaction, or customer, or anything, just one, just one thing. Can we post that Friday in our Friday reflection? Let's try and do that, including me and Helen. We will definitely be posting as well. So let's start with that, and eventually we'll get the groove. Monday planning, how do we then Friday we talk about not just one, many things. I'm sure eventually you all will be achieving a lot more things than just one thing. So that would be great. So what do you guys think? Does that make sense? Yeah. Perfect. That's perfect. So I will, as I said, now Helen will be driving the session. So I will hand it over to her. Now, before I close my session, my talk, as Logi had already introduced me, but in a very sweet way, I would like to again say that I'm Parinita Senjit. I'm a wellness coach. I'm a portrait artist. I'm an author of the series called Little Leo. Now, Little Leo is based on our own pet, Leo. Leo is a therapy dog. And during pandemic, it so happened that lots of pets were getting abandoned, huge number. In fact, in the news, it had come that almost 40 pets per day were getting abandoned. And why? Because people were not able to manage the behavior, or they had not thought through it. There were so many reasons. In fact, Dog Trust was warning that almost 40,000 pets will be abandoned in the coming months. And this was in the month of July, July 2020, that the news had come. Now, this made me think. It was heart-taking for me because I'm a pet lover, and this made me think that I need to do something about it. And that's where I started Little Leo's journey. So the whole thing is a children's book, and it's based on how Leo, it's about Leo talking about his journey through his eyes. So he's expressing his emotions, his thoughts, and through him, we are understanding how pets feel, what are their emotions, how they think, and this helps us to connect with them better. So yeah, that's about me. And now I would like to hand over to Helen Bowler, who is the owner of Memories Box. And as Logi said, one of the most wonderful person that I have known, a sweetheart, absolute sweetheart. So Helen, over to you.
Thank you. That's so kind of you, Parinita.
Right, I think I will take off. You all have a relaxed chat. Helen, is that okay?
Thank you. Yeah,
Bye,
that's fine,
everyone.
Logi.
Bye, Logi.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, Parinita. That's very kind. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, firstly, for interacting on the WhatsApp group, because sometimes when they start off, it can be like tumbleweed and there's just nothing going on. And you've all been fantastic at really like saying who you are and communicating. However, I have a real issue with putting faces and businesses. I need to interlink you all tonight as to what you do. I don't know if anyone else is like that. Does anybody need to leave early?
I do. I have a hard stop in at 7.
Okay, so we will start with you. And again, apologies if I pronounce your names wrong. And also, you ran upstairs with me about 5 minutes ago, which was why I was moving all over the place because noise started happening downstairs where I was. So, right, okay then. Pascal, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Pascal.
What's your business again?
So my business is interior design consultancy.
Okay. And you're based?
I'm based in Southwest London,
Right.
bordering Surrey, Southwest London. I started my business late last year as a soft launch, really to explore and research the need, where my groove would be, where I would fit in to the marketing. You can imagine that's quite a competitive, competitive small business for this particular area, certainly. And I have settled on offering a consultancy for and foremost as a niche market. So I can offer more in-depth interior design, but really I wanted to be able to extend my reach and let people know that anyone can afford it. And sometimes people just need a little help, don't always want to hand over their keys and their checkbook to somebody that they think is going to run away with their budget, or throw everything out that they already own and love and then have to start fresh again. So I'm trying to make it accessible and make a difference so that lots of people can make the best of their homes.
That sounds great. And are you're obviously on your social media and Facebook, and as I haven't had a chance to look at all of the things everyone sent me this week, but I definitely will.
And now I found it quite overwhelming as well, actually. So many people telling me, and not just understanding whose faces match names and businesses as well, sort of understanding where everyone fits in. But I'm sure that will take time, and it will.
Yeah, I think that's where tonight even will help. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Gabriella, do you want to speak next in case you need to go to your little ones?
Yes, thank you.
That's all right.
Bedtime routine in 10 minutes. So.
Okay, yeah, great. So explain your business, please.
So I started network marketing about 2 years ago, but obviously with little children, you can't really do as much as you plan. So it was mainly, I was looking into it, not really, not very committed, but I partner with Forever Living Products, and I love that this is a partnership where they allow you to just build your business as you want. So it's mainly, I focus on mums, staying at home mums that want to stay at home with the children, or even if they have a part-time job, and I support them to make an income while working either part-time hours, depends on how anyone wants to join in at first. Obviously we have customers as well, and apart from building a team, we also offer personal development, which is lovely because so many of the mums, they don't have access to this part. They just discover themselves very much during this. This is not really about selling, which is a big part of it, but it's not the main one. It's mostly about supporting others, building their own business. So yeah, this is what I do, as much as these two allow me, because I don't have friends or family to help. So, and my husband works long hours, so it's just mainly me working around them. So apologies if I didn't manage to read all the comments and all the text. I find it a bit overwhelming, and I'm sorry if I won't keep up with all of them, because yeah.
That's okay, that doesn't matter. And I think that when I first started, I felt that pressure and that, like, oh my goodness, I've got to, you know, answer all these things. And actually quite often I will leave it until the end of the day, or when I have got 5 minutes to sit there, and then I'll flick through and catch up. So please don't feel anxious or pressured about it, because at the end of the day, your children come first, and we're there to support with everything. So, you know, that's the point of it, is to support one another. So yeah. Where are you based, Gabriella?
I'm in Surrey, in Woking.
Okay.
I think it's what Helen said is absolutely right. You know, take your time, because, you know, that's what this platform is all about. It's for moms, and it's being a mom itself is a big job, you know, so you got to give that priority, and yeah, take your time. Absolutely.
Thank you, Pranita. Okay, so I'm going to go around my screen, so I'll give you a little bit of warning now. If we go to Suze, is it Suze or Susie next? And then Mora, is it Mora or Morag?
Morag.
Morag. Okay, so we'll do you after Suze, okay?
Thanks, Helen.
That's all right.
It's lovely to meet everyone. And I've been the same, really. Apologies if I haven't really kept up with the chat. I will go back through and obviously make sure that I follow everyone. So yes, so I'm Suze, and my business is Style by Suze. I'm a style consultant with Captain Tortue, which is a French clothing brand. It's been going actually 30 years, and I joined coming up to 4 years ago. But basically just over 2 years ago, well, it was actually 2 years in March, I was a business development manager for a company in Newbury. So sorry, I'm based in Newbury in Berkshire. And my sales targets were 300,000 a month. And I was very stressed, and basically I had no life. You know, the job completely took over my life. And I lost my dad 3 years ago. So my mum's not particularly in good health. She's based in Coventry in the Midlands. And I went down to a 4-day week, and basically I was doing, 7 days in 4 really. And anyway, I was kind of doing Captain Tour 2, but not really, because I had no capacity left. And then 2 years ago, last January, I went to the launch of what would have been spring summer. And I literally just came out of there and thought, that's what I want to do. I spoke to a friend of mine, and she said, just quit. And I quit, and then 10 days later we went into lockdown. So it wasn't the best timing. However, I actually started my business on the 1st of June 2020. I have to be honest, it's been difficult because they weren't going to take me back on and furlough me. So it's been hard, but I think in that time, I certainly don't regret it, because there comes a point when you just think, I can't go on like that. And I know it's quite a brave decision, but I've been building the foundations for my business, and I absolutely love what I do now. So, and I've got, a brilliant client base. I am building my team a little bit like you, Gabriella. I'm obviously looking to build a team. I've actually got 4 new ladies in the last week, which is brilliant. So I hadn't got anybody. So I just really want to kind of spread the message of what I do. It's really about a capsule wardrobe. I also do Park Lane jewellery, which again, the jewellery goes very well with the clothes. And I think I just really love helping ladies get their confidence back. I think, we get to a certain age and we get a little bit lost with what to wear, how to put things together. I deal with really a lot of ladies, probably over the age of 40, but more 50 plus. And I suppose 40 through to late 70s is my sort of clients. But I think mostly sort of 50 menopausal women that really are in a little bit of a style rut, and kind of you just get to that stage and you're not 30 anymore, but you don't want to look frumpy. So it's kind of putting that together. And I've learned a lot. I've had to learn social media, Instagram, Facebook. I've never done anything like that, going live, but networking and everything has given me a massive sort of boost. So I'm really pleased to be here, and it's just great to hear everyone's story. So anyway, that's me.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sue. Thank you. It all sounds great. We'll get to know you better as well anyway. Okay, Morag, you're the numbers lady.
I'm a numbers lady, yes. Okay, I'm a qualified accountant. I've worked in accountancy for 34 years, most of which has been a kind of what I call socially aware organisations, charities, not-for-profit, social housing, etc., etc. And in 2019, I decided that I wanted to go solo. Basically, I decided that I wanted to concentrate on the kind of small businesses, socially aware organizations, because usually they can't afford someone of my kind of qualification full time, but in some ways I feel like they kind of need that help even more. I want to help people understand the numbers so that they can make better decisions. Obviously, I provide the actual services, so yes, I can give you your time back, so that you can either spend more time doing the objective, your business, or with your family and friends. But I'm also interested in the training, the jargon busting, the kind of helping people feel a lot better about their figures and just working with the numbers, really. So, and really wanting to make a difference myself. I've always wanted to make a difference, and like accountancy isn't necessarily the first thing you think of for making a difference with people, unless you're talking money. But actually, there's a lot of organizations out there that still need finances, still need to understand how to manage and do their finances, but are actually doing a good cause. So that's kind of where I wanted to be involved. So that's kind of where I set the business up, as I said, in September 2019. I'm very much niching, but then I've got some clients. I haven't got a major number of clients. I've possibly got like an account. I prepare accounts probably one a month, and I've got a couple of bookkeeping clients, stuff like that. I have done some training workshops for some of the umbrella groups like MAC, GMCDO, stuff like that. But what I want to do on the business side is I want to try and get some kind of possibly online courses, seeds, webinars that are available, CDs, something like that, that people can like access as and when they need them. But I've never done that kind of thing before, so that's one thing. I mean, it took me a long time to, I kind of did a whole load of things when I first started. I do not want to be seen as a dull, boring, grey accountant. I am not a dull, grey, boring accountant, right? That is like, I will totally do anything to bust that myth, okay? I'm kind of, I've got a slogan. It's like, you know, I'm painkiller for your financial headaches, okay? So that's kind of how I feel. I want to be helping people. So yeah, but I'm quite enthusiastic about the training side as well. So that's kind of one side. Now, what I've also started getting involved with is social commerce. I don't know if many of you have heard what social commerce is, but basically it's a kind of combination between something, if you imagine social media and TikTok having a baby. Okay. So it's kind of like you're using a lot of kind of videos and the kind of thing that TikTok would do more to sell the products, etc. So it's basically a platform that there's no one set brand. We're basically going into the markets. I mean, it's predicted that social commerce will like be outstripping everything in the next 7 years. It's going to be like expand 10,000 times, etc. It just seems to, people are very much homing into it. And basically we're starting with the three big markets. They've decided they're going to start with face and skin care, fitness and weight loss, and health and well-being are the three markets that they're going to be starting with. But basically, we're not actually at the stage for launching it to the customers yet. At the moment, it's launched, but we are also trying to build teams that and business owners, basically, because you're basically buying your own license to kind of have that shop front for being able to sell. It is selling their products, but what I like about this one, because I've always kind of stayed away from like kind of multi-MLMs, multi-layers. I mean, they're saying this is not a multi-layer. Yeah, I know, but they're saying this is not a multi-layer, right? I guess it is a multi-layer in that there are teams, okay? But I've always stayed away from MLM. Oh God, I can't even say it. I've always stayed away from
MLMs.
Yeah. Because there's always been there always felt like there was a big kind of like financial, you had to buy a whole load of stock and the brochures and the blah de blah and the blah de blah, and you know, before you even started, etc., etc. What I like about this one is that they're bringing in, there's but 90% of the admin is taken from you by the business, because they're going to do the warehousing, they will do the customer service, they will do the refunds, they will do all of that kind of thing. Really what we're doing is more distributing the adverts that they will produce to customers and kind of like potentially reviewing the products, etc., etc. So we're more doing the selling, So there's two ways of making money on this. One
Morag,
is,
I don't want to cut in and cut you off there. Can you tell us a little bit more about that next time we chat? It's just to give everyone a chance to speak tonight, so we
okay, well,
we
I
don't
mean,
ever.
my big problem there is I've never done anything like that.
Okay.
So it's kind of, I'm just really, I mean, I'm kind of struggling on both, but that
We will get back to you, and we'll, especially Logie's team, I'm sure will be able to help you with that one. Sorry, I didn't warn who we were going to go to next. Is your name pronounced Raina? Raina? And then
Right,
maybe
Raina.
Joanna. Raina. Okay,
Yes,
be fabulous.
it is
if we can hear
pronounced
from you.
Raina.
Hi, Priya.
You got it right. Rain as in rain with an A on the end, that's what I always say. So I'm Raina Calhan, and my company's called The Best of Me NLP Coaching, and I work with women and, can you hear me?
Yeah, Gabriella's just off.
I work with women and young people with stress, anxiety, confidence, and help them with personal development. So it can be, the young people are usually over the age of 12. Women, I mean, I don't have an age group as such. It's very much the niche is that they're stressed or they're anxious or confidence issues. I'm actually trained in, I know you're not always meant to talk about your training, but I'm trained as a master NLP practitioner, a hypnotherapist, a timeline therapist, and a coach. So basically I take my clients on a journey, which is to find out what's stopping them being their best selves, and getting rid of that, and then helping them to sort of figure out what it is they want in life, what makes them happy, and who do they want to be, and how to go about it. So that's essentially what I do in a nutshell.
You have such a calming voice. That is completely the right route for you in your life.
Do you know, so many people say that to me, especially
That's
when
true.
I'm doing like a bit of relaxational
Yeah,
hypnotherapy.
we'll all just
People
be all
will go
relaxed
like,
now.
as long as I don't put everyone to sleep, that's fine.
No, not at all. Thank
No.
you very
Thank
much.
you.
So, Joanna, if we can come to you next, and then you, Jessie, please.
Hi everyone. I wear several hats like many women in the group, and I have worked in accounts all my life. And in 2019 I did a lot of work because I had time on my hands, so I started researching into following the moon, doing more yoga and everything else, and doing a lot of journaling. And on the 4th of July 2019, I phoned up my friend and I said, I'm going to write a book. And I said, it's going to be a romance book, and it's going to be based around characters like me, my age, and it's going to be a trilogy. So for the next several months, I got stuck into writing this book, and I realised that this is the creative person that I've been striving to be all my life. I mean, many years ago, I've got 4 children. I live in Maidstone in Kent with my husband, and I went off and I studied photography at adult education because I needed that creative outlet. And at that time, I'd have loved to have gone off and sort of, you know, explored a career in photography, but knew I couldn't leave my family, and at weekends especially. And so it sort of sat there as a really serious hobby. But then when I started writing, I realised that this was my future. This is something I could do. And, you know, eventually I'll be writing more and be able to sort of reduce the hours that I spend with my accountancy. I work for my husband's firm, and then increase the amount of hours I can do for writing. However, once you write a book, you then find out that the marketing is the tougher. I found that really hard or more time consuming to then go off and do all the networking and everything. So that I left this point. I'm still writing as the saucy author. I'm currently writing book 3 in the trilogy. But with the marketing, I started getting involved with lots of groups and mixing with women that were all like yourself, sort of starting off in business. and realized that there's another hat I could bring into the equation, which is the visual storyteller. And with that, I've been able to combine my skills with photography and my love of Canva and teach midlife women, predominantly midlife women, how to create eye-catching social media graphics and videos that will be unique and stand out from the competition. And rather than them going to a service where it's done for you, it's a case of I teach you how to do it so it's done with you.
Anita, I think Joanna needs to hold a class, don't you?
Well, I'm here
For the organisation.
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah,
Ta-da.
definitely.
Definitely.
And I had a wobble. I know I mentioned in the group about my dad falling ill and then he died recently, which was a bit of a bombshell, but it put the brakes on absolutely everything. And I'm almost like starting again, because I've realised to support my writing career, I need to make my creative business evergreen more so. I mean, I wanted to sort of like create an academy, be very hands-on with members joining and things like that. But I've realised that until I build up a big momentum of sort of members, even though I've got a free Facebook group, which was growing in numbers, I need to concentrate on evergreens so people can just access simple step-by-step training and then have access to me in a Facebook group and ask questions there, rather than it be like a membership stroke academy type thing. So this is me coming back into a networking environment, a support group, almost like back to the beginning.
Yeah.
With all the training that I've done, and I'm still working with a university lecturer as well, who's going to be supporting my business modules. I've got my finger in a couple of other sort of networking groups, and I'm going in there as like the saucy author, agony aunt type person, you know. So I am all over the place, but
I think it sounds like you can bring a lot to the group, and hopefully we can all support you with things as well. It's finding different benefits and values of different things together.
I think you can start sharing small tips on the things that you do on Canva and all, because you know that will help others also to kind of pick up if they want to do something with their business and start posting it.
I will say as well, predominantly I'm concentrating on smartphones and videos and Canva. So you know, it means that we've all got those resources at our hands, but it's about being able to take a photograph of your own product and show it up in its best light. So rather than, you know, stock photos, stock videos are brilliant, and I still use them all the time, but the visibility and the uniqueness showing up on social media.
I think you're right, Joe, because photographs is the key. If you are able to show your product or your business, you know, properly on social media, that's it. You've got the attention of the audience, you know,
that's
majority
right.
of the attention. Yeah,
I definitely need you,
definitely.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is that Jessie? Are you okay to speak next? I saw your little one pop in and out, and then we can go to Alice after. Hi, Jessie. You want to share with everyone?
I nice to meet you all.
And you.
Sorry, I've been a little bit quiet on the group chat because it's my first ever any social group chat that I've ever been on. I'm always someone to go out and meet people in group. So I'm gonna get a chance to I think I have added a few of you guys already on LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook, but I will get to the others. Okay, my apologies. Yes, my name is Jessie. I'm in healthcare. I am the owner and founder of Better Support Staffing. I have been in healthcare for over 10 years. I've stumbled in healthcare by accident. I used to work in the airport at Gatwick doing check-in, security, and so forth. When my kids got a little bit older, I kind of get demanding those early starts and work 3 days, 3 off, you know. And then I become a single mom. because I've got 3 kids. I've got 2 older ones. My son, firstborn, is 24, and then I've got a 19-year-old. She's in uni, and a 10-year-old. So the little one that you see is actually the baby. She's always with me. So they're older, they're gone. So it's just me and her now. It's like I'm starting all over back, because those 2 I was quite busy when they're growing up, and didn't have to spend much time with them. So I got a do-over. And the do-over being that she was such a blessing. She was born on my birthday. So we share the same birthday. So yeah, so she's always, Mom, what are you doing on her birthday? Now that she's understand, she's older, she stopped planning ahead. I'm like, oh God, leave me alone. I need a birthday for myself. Yeah, but it's all about her now in my family. Everybody, they tend to forget about me, but that's okay. You know, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I've started Better Support Staffing. I've left my job working for a huge company in 2018, and I didn't know where I was going to go, if I was going to go back in healthcare. It was so stressful. And a friend of mine came and he said to me, he started this all, he wanted me to help him to do studies. Oh, then if I could join in. Then I started with him. And working with people, you know, I jumped in with all my heart, with all my experience, not showing, not really looking after my self-interest. So I decided, okay, we part ways. So I started my own thing in 2020, just when the pandemic come in. So yeah, I said, okay, let me start with the staffing side of it, and then I work my way into the domiciliary side. And it's been a struggle on my own, and no support with other women. You know, it can be a lonely journey, as most of you guys know. That, you know, I've pricked like 100 times already because of not getting the support. And the clients, I've got a couple of care homes that I provide staff with. Well, the big thing that I wanted to get was the CQC registration, which I've got that last year, December. So I'm a registered dumb care provider, and I've just 2 months ago just got my first private client, and it's going great. And I've registered with Lambeth, Lewisham Council. I'm on what they provided, but to get in with them, you know, you have to do the requirements and the bidding. But lucky enough, there was a client that they needed that speak Hindu, was Punjabi, and my friend of mine so I got that client. So that's a good thing. That was my lot there. So I'm in their books now, so they will probably start sending me clients. The most difficult thing for me is the marketing, because nobody knows who I am. So to get the marketing, and when the pandemic started, you know, there was no going out anywhere, meeting anybody. So we just started to do that. I've been to a couple of care shows, and I'm doing adverts, done magazines. I've got my flyers, which I'm doing it. Sometimes in the evening, me and my daughter, we go out and drop a leaflet around, you know, after school and so forth, just to get known. On Facebook, I got my own Facebook where I do post ads. I did have a company that helped me build my company. They used to do the ad, comes as a package, but that stopped when the money ran out. So I'm learning to do all that on my own. Yeah. And just getting people to be aware of who I am. And it's growing slowly, but the advertising and how to get more clients is what I want. Yeah,
I'm probably at that point of my business as people don't know I exist. So but
now I've got friends and family now that started to come in, because my thing was I didn't want it to stop their care that they're already getting from, you know, all these years out there, they're regular care. But a couple of my friends and family now, they're coming in. So it's growing, and hopefully it will grow to where I want it to grow in the future. So that's about me. Thank you.
It's nice to meet you, Jessie. And I think
nice to meet you.
you're now kind of in a support network, so you're
You
not on
see,
your own anymore.
that's exactly the reason why we started these WhatsApp business hubs, so that you don't feel alone in your entrepreneurial journey. You know, you have all that support, and we are like friends. So just be open.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Helen, just one sec. I think I have to leave because I have to feed my little one.
Okay.
So guys, little one is my little puppy. He's 6 months old. So
He's the one licking her feet.
exactly. So sorry guys, but it's nice to see
Bye,
you all.
Pranita. Thank
And
you.
I'll catch up with you all again on our WhatsApp conversation. Okay.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye, Pranita.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, Alice, and then the last person to chat, but obviously we can stay on if you want to, is Priya. So Alice, tell us about you.
Hiya. Right, where do I start? So I'm Alice. I know I got a funny Welsh spelling of my name, but you do say it as you see it. And I'm in South Wales, believe it or not. And I started my business journey, well, 3 years ago now, after having my daughter. I was teaching, and after having her, I sort of went through a period of having like quite bad postnatal depression, and decided that going back to work just wasn't going to work for me. So the opportunity came up to start doing like baby and toddler classes and to run a franchise. And I grew it from there, and I marketed it, and it was fully booked, and things were going really well up until March 2020, when obviously the pandemic hit. And overnight my business basically shut down because all the classes had to shut. I couldn't run anything. And yeah, it's only very recently really they've been able to sort of start running classes like we were again. But during that time I kind of pivoted and started doing a lot of social media management and coaching services online as well, so teaching people how to sort of market their businesses online, and then niched down into Instagram marketing. So I found that somehow my brain really understood Instagram and how it worked and how it all fits together, but other people didn't get it and were really, really struggling with that. So over the last sort of year and a half, I've kind of become known as the go-to for anything with Instagram. So whether you want to learn how to use it yourself or offering done for you services as well. And that's where my business has kind of grown over that period. And I'm going through a period now where I'm thinking of sort of transitioning and again and offering like a bit more in terms of like helping people with sort of deciding their offers in their business and sort of packages and putting things like that together, and helping people who perhaps like myself have done a lot of like one-to-one or done for you work, but actually want to sort of transition now to doing more you know, group programs or evergreen and stuff like that. And I've got lots of ideas in their heads, but don't really know how to sort of go about executing those. I'm kind of in a period of sort of switching again a bit really, but yeah, so it's really,
that's what entrepreneurs do.
This week's really going to be helpful actually working through the sort of business plan, because it'll help me sort of put together those new bits for that sort of like the new niche then going down.
Fantastic. Well done you.
Thank you.
Especially like when COVID, if you manage to find something else to do, that's really good.
I think a lot of it was boredom, to be honest with you as well. I was stuck with like a child that was under 2 years old in the house all day, no one else to talk to, so it was like I need something.
What can I do? Okay, Priya, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
Hi everyone, I'm sorry I was late. We have COVID in the house this week. No. that was with the illnesses with the boys. We found out it was COVID, but it is what it is. So sorry, my name's Priya. I am a mindfulness coach. So since I'd say 2016, I have been teaching mindfulness to children and parents, I would say. When I first started mindfulness, and my journey with mindfulness came from postnatal depression for myself. It really helped me with understanding my feelings and emotions and rage that I never felt before until kind of I had my first child. That after a few years, and when I had my second child, I just thought actually this would be brilliant for children because my first child was quite anxious. So I started doing a lot of training into teaching children meditation and mindfulness, and it's kind of grown from there. So I have taught in the past after school clubs, I've taught toddlers and carers and parents. I've got a program for mindfulness for mothers to help mothers find their calm, because what I found is it's all well and good teaching the children, but when they go home and if the parents are really stressed, then it kind of just disappears. So what I wanted to do was teach mums, I say parents, but more mums because I can relate to mums, about mindfulness and how they can use mindfulness in their lives like it worked for me. So I produced a program to teach the mums. So I've done quite a lot of courses in terms of teaching the children at after school clubs and the toddlers and the mums. And then I started producing my own products. So I thought actually, as well as teaching and coaching mums and children, it's great for them to have it in their own home so they can practice mindfulness every day in simple, easy ways. So I produce some mindfulness affirmation cards, and I produce some other products as well that bring mindfulness into the home. But I feel at the moment I'm a little bit of a roadblock. So although for the number of years I have really grown in terms of where I am in my teaching mindfulness and helping, supporting children and parents, and within schools as well, I've just trained to be a trainer, a teacher with the Mindfulness in Schools project. So to go into schools and with their curriculum. So I have a set curriculum that I can go into schools and teach their program, because before it's really hard to get in, and everything I did was so bespoke that it was quite difficult to kind of market. But at the moment I'm struggling getting into schools. So I'm at a loggerhead of, do I focus on the mums, which I love doing the program, and I tried doing that a few months ago but didn't really get any sign-ups. I'm trying to get into schools, which is a bit of a struggle. So at the moment I've tried selling my products. I guess my marketing and my business acumen isn't brilliant, but I love what I do. I'm very passionate and I know what I provide can make a difference and support so many people. But so at the moment I don't have a plan.
No, I think that we're at the same kind of point there. I need to find my client to be able to get to them, and it's like finding where they are, and it's those mums, to speak to the mums, to say, look, you need to speak to your children about death and bereavement and it not be a taboo subject, and this is where this product can help. But it's finding them, isn't it? And if you're struggling to get into schools as well.
And I think that's why I thought it might be better to get into schools, because then it's not finding that one person.
No,
it will be groups of people. So the other thing I was doing over
COVID. You tried
COVID,
playgroups and nurseries as well.
They're a bit young.
Yeah, I think so. Like I have done a few sessions with an, like I literally have tried bits of everyone, but I don't think I've given one area enough time to kind of really grow, maybe, because I feel like once I've kind of not failed, but it hasn't kind of gone to where it needs to go, I've kind of then gone on to the next thing and tried something else out. And it could be now. And also if you think 2016, no one knew about mindfulness, and now it's such a buzzword that I wonder whether I should kind of bring back the kind of sessions, maybe go trying out nurseries again. I don't know, but yeah, it's just difficult, because when I first started no one really understood what mindfulness was, but it does feel like it's definitely something that a lot of people are inquiring about, but it's just getting those inquiries and knowing where to go with them.
Raina, were you going to say something then? You switched.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what age group do you deal with, Priya?
So I mainly deal with primary school children, because again, I like to teach something I'm aware of and I know about, and my children are now 11, nearly 12 and 9. So I've done the whole primary school age. And obviously what I teach, I've practiced myself with my own children, so I know the benefits. So now my oldest is becoming a teenager. I mean, it's another whole load of challenges. I may go into that field. Like, I've got exam stress mindfulness programs I put together for teenagers and 11 plus, but I think the confidence isn't there because I don't know that age group as well.
That's interesting, because I can already see collaboration between Helen, you and me.
Yeah, definitely. So
But I'm definitely up for it, and I
to be
think-
honest,
Because
and
I think if it
Joanna,
was a collaboration, it would feel more comfortable than doing it on my own. Do you know what I mean? Because I definitely feel like I have the skill sets and I've got enough training behind me to be able to produce something. But yeah, so
I have stepsons who lived with me. They were 10 and 13 when they moved in. So I did those teenage years. They're now in their 20s and have moved out again. But I actually home educate my son. He's 7. He was the one that waved at, oh, you missed him, I think. So that whole getting out there as well to people, there's a little bit of awkwardness there because obviously he's with me 24/7.
Right.
So it's, I mean, he's as good as gold and I could take him with me anywhere, but yeah, it's still that stepping into a doorway with him. It's got to be the right places.
And that's what I feel, yeah, I need the doorway to open because
Yeah.
I love every part of it. I love doing the mums, I love doing the kid, you know, everything I've really enjoyed, but I just, even doing the products and selling the products, but haven't quite moved. And now I'm just don't know which direction to go into, to be honest.
Because I deal with women as well. So, but I deal with them around stress, anxiety, and confidence.
Yeah, and that
So
also,
close.
right.
Yeah.
So I was just going to say as well, over COVID, I joined forces with one of my friends and colleagues, and she's a masseuse. So we ran programs and sessions, and it was a well-being session. So, and it worked so well, but there's nothing like it before. So there's no one knows what to expect. So basically, she eased stress and tension through a massage and self-massage, especially over COVID when there was no touch and people were on their own. So learning how to kind of massage tension in your body and your shoulders and your head and arms and back and everything. And then I followed it up with a mindfulness meditation and some mindfulness to ease the mental capacity as well. So it was a wonderful session. So at the end, you physically feel relaxed, but also mentally as well. So that was another area we've tried exploring and doing women's circles, but nothing's quite coming to friction, you know, and it's kind of, but again, Raina, that working with women is something that I have been doing as well and loved that side of it as well.
Yeah, no, that's what I love about this group. I mean, each one of you were talking and I was like, I know who I can tell them about. I know who I can tell them about. So I've got, because I belong to other networking groups, so I guess I can see collaborations with other groups as well, but I guess it depends on what areas we all come in, because I'm in Rickmansworth near Watford, if anyone knows it at all. So
yeah, I know.
I have family and friends near there, but
where are you, Priya?
I'm South London, so Croydon.
Okay, so near Logie. I'm not far from High Wycombe, Raina. You probably know High Wycombe.
Yeah. So I'm sure I'm looking forward to working with you all. It's excited now.
It's nice to see faces tonight, to be able to put names and businesses to faces, because I think it just helps with that clicking together in your head, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when there's so much going on, and then at home you're trying to sort out your own home life and everything as well. So it's been really nice to meet everyone tonight. Put faces to names, definitely. So if anybody needs to dash, please feel free to go. I don't know if Logie's going to come back on, or if
was she on before?
Yeah, she was. She introduced us. So have you spoken to her directly yet, Priya?
I have, yes, I have.
It's a fantastic business model that she set up, you know, to bring women together, and you know, everyone volunteers their time to do the sessions and things like that. So it's not, you know, it's all.
I'm just going to ask a question.
Okay.
In terms of the groups, how are we selected? As in how, you know, how's it all kind of come together? As in why us? Why are we?
To begin with, she did do it based on area to begin with, because this is the 4th hub, and talking about overwhelm at the beginning, I think I was part of the first 3, and I just couldn't keep up with everything I was getting, so like that I ended up just taking myself off, which was probably the wrong thing to do, but I got into this panic mode. So now the one that I'm with probably isn't actually fully my area. But speaking to you guys, I don't think, apart from Alice in Wales, where are you, Joanna? Where did you say you were?
Maidstone in Kent.
Oh yeah, so you're
Yeah,
you're
so
a
I'm-
little bit further as well, aren't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not too sure whether it was because of she could see connections with business ideas.
Yeah, no, I
And
was just
therefore-
interested to sort of see
Yeah.
if we were, you know, selected. But
Yeah.
interesting.
It was probably there must have been something behind it all for her to say, right, okay, these ones.
We're the chosen ones.
Yeah, exactly. I like to think of it that way.
Is it because we all got our target audiences, or mainly women or children, or is that across the whole?
Yeah.
Of our local?
No, quite possibly. That is quite possibly it. I'll have to ask her when we speak to her. Why us? But yeah. But I
So Helen, are you part of this group ongoing, or
well,
do
she
you have
did, she
another
did say
hub
to
as
me the
well?
other day, did I want to stay in this group? And I said, yeah, definitely. I want to be able to put faces to names and see who everyone else. And as Raina said, I can, you know, there's collaboration between us, isn't there? Working together. So, and I think now I know what I'm doing with the other groups as well. It's not so overwhelming for me to be in more than one, not like at the beginning. And I've helped do some of the networking sessions in the past as well, which is great because I love meeting people and chatting and finding out what everyone does. So,
If anyone hasn't put their details in the WhatsApp, please can you? Because I joined later than everyone. I didn't get everyone's details. So I know
Okay.
some of you did today, but if anyone hasn't, please do that. And I can-
okay.
Oh,
well,
again, you mean, Raina, because you didn't have any of the previous
Yeah,
messages?
because they,
Oh,
because I
okay.
did, yeah, they just the sort of
Yeah.
I didn't see the
Okay.
previous ones. Yeah.
I'll pop a message in there, Raina, to say, you know, can we all just share our links again?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I will do mine as well later. I will
Yeah.
put my details in. Because
Yeah.
I am mostly in healthcare, you know, I provide healthcare. So maybe you
Funnily
guys.
enough, Jessie, my stepson's girlfriend, she's lost her job because of the CQC shut down the company
Oh,
she
yeah.
was working for. So she's just set up on her own, but she's doing it just herself. So she can't do any like 2-man jobs.
Yeah.
But she's already got clients.
Oh, good,
So,
brilliant.
yeah, there's
brilliant,
definitely a
brilliant.
need for it. But when you mentioned the CQC, I knew what you meant because I've had to talk to her about it and help
Yeah,
her.
yeah. Yeah.
So-
Jessie, sorry, are you when you say healthcare, are your business, is it around carers?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Because I've met someone in the past, I don't know if I've still got her card, but she was very concerned and she ran a group around the mental health of carers and the support they need,
Yeah.
because they're quite often neglected and
Yes.
they suffer to such a large degree because
Yeah.
it's a really, really difficult situation to be in. So if I can find it or
Yeah.
I'll put you in touch. with
Yeah,
her.
it'd be brilliant because one of the reasons why I wanted to do my own thing as well is because the company that I used to work for, they tend to do profits, profit, and most of the times it's unsafe practice because we haven't got the capacity to take on the work, but we have to take on because that's what they're there for, to make money. And as much as I want to make money, I love what I do. And I'm the firstborn for my mom, and caring has always been something, and I don't know if it's naturally given to me like that, because I tend to be young women, men, everywhere I go, they always draw to me, and I didn't know why, and didn't know that was my calling, you know, to help people. And then I take care of my grandma, and my grandaunt, she recently died, passed away about 2 months ago. She was 89, my great grandaunt, yeah. And I was one that was taking care of her as well. So the other side of it is for the carers as well. Nobody care about them. And with my old job, they always say, just how do you get the carers to go and do things? You have to talk to people with respect and value their input as well, because they're doing a brilliant job, you know, going out and taking care of people. And they often they were overlooked and not appreciated for what they're doing, because without the carers, there's no job.
Yes.
So part of it as well is to have a relationship and know that that the carers will be taken care of. And I've joined up with Peninsula. They're my HR side. They got the well-being hour, which I love. They have that so they could talk about their stress, and there's a 24-hour they could come on if they're feeling overwhelmed. They could always call me as well, you know, because I am actually a trainer as well. I do training. I do all the learning part of it, because I wanted to know every area of what I'm doing. So I was a carer, I was a trainer, I was a supervisor, I'm a manager, I'm all hands-on, so I can do all of it if and when needed. So my staff will be able to work as according to how I want my business to shape, not just making money and stress, you know, get overwhelmed. Because I work as a coordinator as well, and the work was so demanding, you know, you have to be there, there's KPI, there's target. Yes, there'll be KPI, there'll be target, but in a way that to understand, okay, we are mothers as well, we are people as well, we have got our own life as well, you know, because oftentimes I had to miss my children's their concerts, their doctor's appointments, stuff like that. Not, they didn't have anything to incorporate mothers in. And that's what one of the things I love, because my carers are telling, you have to be flexible to know that, okay, you got your mom life and you got your business life, your working life. So I can make that flexibility for them to, okay, have a life of their own and plus be taken care of. And
the
that's
best
bosses.
Well. Yeah, so the best bosses are those that
yeah.
have, you know,
and you guys, yeah, you guys done do all the training, so I can, if anyone need any well-being or anything, I could send them over to you as well to coach, you know, so we could work together in that aspect. Even myself, because sometimes I feel like, you know, a little bit overwhelming, because looking after people, taking care of people, their business, their home life, it can be a lot. It is a lot, and I'm glad that I've got you guys. So whenever I feel it's just, I've got to come and say, ah.
Yeah, do. That's what we're here for. To learn and support
I'm
together.
Gonna have to go.
Yeah, I think
my husband.
I'm probably going to have to as well to go.
I probably have to go as well. So yes, nice.
It's been really lovely to meet you all.
Yeah,
thank you for coming.
Yeah, you too.
All right, we'll speak on WhatsApp.
Okay,
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.